welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah from Basically Baker, and today's video is going to be a get it all done meal prep. I am going to be making our lunches for the week, and we will be having chicken, quinoa, and green beans topped with pecans. Then I will be making our breakfasts for tomorrow, which will be overnight oats with fruit. And I will be prepping a salad for dinner tonight and cutting up some vegetables for the week. So lots to do. It's nap time. Let's get started. Okay, so first we are going to make lunches for the week. I am making quinoa, chicken, and green beans topped with pecans. I'll insert some footage here of how I made each of these three items, and then I'm going to start preparing them. Okay, so first I am going to start with a base layer of quinoa. I loosely try to do about a 1/4 cup per serving. I do about a spoonful. That to me is like a rough estimate of a 1/4 cup. It's obviously not exact. And I'm going to spread it in between, spread it throughout all the lunches. So today is Tuesday, so I'm only making 8 lunches. That's 2 lunches per day, 1 for myself and 1 for my husband, for Tuesday through Friday. And then I will go back, and if I see some of them are a little lighter on quinoa, I'll just like eyeball it and top it off with a little bit more. But I try not to go overboard on this. I like quinoa because it's a complex carb, and it's a little bit better for you than some of the other carbs you could be adding in, so that's why I tend to favor this when I'm cooking. So now that that's done, and I should say any leftover food that I have, like this leftover quinoa, I can easily throw it in like a salad tonight or for something else later in the week, so I will keep this in the fridge and use it later. So next I'm going to add the green beans and pecans. Also, I don't know if it's pecans or pecans. I think it's like tomato. People say it 2 different ways, tomato and tomato, maybe based on your geographic location. So I guess call it what you'd like, but I think we all know what I'm talking about here. They are one of my favorite nuts to eat, so I always am trying to throw them on top of beans, salads, things like that. So I am trying to, as best I can, evenly distribute the green beans, but that's a little hard with these tongs. And I'm definitely going heavier on the green beans than I will be going on the chicken. So here, now that it looks like they're about evenly distributed, I'm next going to cut the chicken. So all of this food that you just saw was baked in the oven. If it was nicer weather, I would have my husband grill this for me. I love when he grills our food. But right now it is a cold and rainy day here in Buffalo, New York, so there was no grilling to be had. Okay. So next I am just going to take each chicken breast and cut it. There are 8 breasts. That's because I took each regular size breast and cut it in half to make 8 half breasts. So each half breast is going to go in one dish, and it's going to be distributed just like that. Say that I absolutely love this cutting board. I got it off of Amazon, and I will leave a link for it in the description box. I think what I love most about it is, number one, its weight. I might be weird like this, but I like a heavy cutting board. It makes it feel stable to me, and like it's not gonna like slide around when I have big knives in my hand. I also love that it comes with different color plastic sheets to indicate what you should be cutting on it, so there's no cross-contamination. It comes with a nice little storage slot right here, so they have a ton of different plastic sheets. You can see one for each type of food that you might be cutting, from vegetables, fruit, fish, things like that. So I love this cutting board, and I think I get so many uses out of it, and it's really easy to clean too. You just pick up the plastic sheet and you can wash this, and then you don't have to worry so much about washing this big bulky wooden cutting board that can start to warp easily if you don't wash and dry it correctly and quickly enough. So I think this is really easy to manage, and then you just kind of slide it back on your counter wherever it goes. So just wanted to let you know about this, and like I said, I will leave a link for this in the description box. So now I have finished with my lunches. I'm going to just put the lids on all of these, and I have these square Pyrex dishes that I absolutely love. I think they're really great for lunches, and you can see this is what the finished product looks like. Delicious. So now I just lid them all and store them in my fridge. I'll try to lid them all. There we go. And then they are grab and go for the week. And I find that on weeks where I meal prep our lunches, we eat better, and I dare I say I even eat, because some weeks, if you're a mom, you know you just get busy, and by the time you stop to think about yourself and your meals and your needs, then it's on to the next thing. So there are definitely days that I don't eat lunch, or I'll just eat a little snack for lunch, which is not great for you health-wise, and I know that. So I also know that I need to take the time and make it a priority to meal prep healthy, quick, easy lunches for us, and then myself and my husband will benefit from that. So this whole process took me probably less than an hour, and that was with breaks. So I think it's really doable for you, and I will leave the recipe for this in the description box also. So now these two are in these bowls because these are what we are going to be eating now for lunch. I'm just going to take a quick taste. I feel like Joanna Gaines on her cooking show when she eats. So good. Okay, so now that lunch is put away, it is time to do some chopping. So I have realized this about myself, and maybe this is the same for you too, but when I take the time to prep the vegetables after getting them from the store, I tend to eat them more and make healthy choices for snacks. And it's just something so simple, but it really makes a difference. And so I try to make it a priority. I cannot say I'm great about it every week because you know things come up, life comes up, kids come up, and you just can't get it all done. But when I can, I find that I definitely eat better and there's less of a chance of the vegetables getting wasted, which would be the absolute worst. So I'm going to make the effort to prep these vegetables now, and I have them going in 3 different places, so you'll see me putting them in 3 different things. One is in our salad, that's going to be for tonight's dinner. One is going to be in bags, these storage bags for the fridge, and that's because I'll be taking them somewhere as a snack. And then the last thing is in mason jars, and this is how I keep them in the fridge, and that way we can just open them and pull them out and snack on them. And I find that having them in mason jars displayed in my fridge, when I open it, makes me more tempted to pull it out and snack on it rather than putting it in a bag, in a drawer, in the vegetable drawer, and then I don't always see it, and I don't always go in that drawer like as much. So I'll be trying out the mason jar idea, and if you try it too, tag me on your pictures on Instagram and let me know how you like it. But first, I'm going to assemble these bags. Now I got these bag holders on Amazon. It comes in a 4-pack. But I actually gave one away to a friend, and I've heard that she loves it too. So they come like this, and they're really easy to store. They store flat, and you just flip up the top, and you can adjust them really easily based on the height of your bag. And then you just open up a bag and slide it in. I'm actually obsessed with these. They make my life so much easier. And then you can see I made it a little tall, so I make it just so that the bag kind of sits at the bottom, and then I will have it filled up for veggies. And I find that this helps out a lot, especially when you're dealing with meat and you're maybe prepping it and putting it in the freezer, and that way you don't have to be wrestling with bags while you have contaminated hands, really. So I find that that's where that works the best. So I love these things, and I will leave a link for them in the description box, and if this is something that you'd like to see more of, like my kitchen gadgets, from cutting boards to this, to I have many more kitchen gadgets that I love, let me know in the comments box, and I can do a video just on my top 10 favorite kitchen gadgets or things like that. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. So now I'm going to just chop up these peppers. I have quite a few peppers to chop, and then kind of work my way down through the vegetables. I tend to do the broccoli and carrots last. I do the broccoli last if I can help it because, as you know, cutting broccoli can get really messy. Broccoli and cauliflower especially. So I tend to do that last so that I make like the most mess there. And then carrots are just kind of time consuming because I peel them. So I'll do those 2 last, but I will start with the peppers and then keep going. I'm cutting the vegetables for different things in different ways. So for the snacking and for dipping, I made these longer strips for the peppers, and for the salad, I'm making them in kind of like little rectangles, and I feel like those are easier, like bite-sized, to put on your fork when you're eating. And then when I put some in the mason jar, I'm probably gonna do like chunkier strips again for dipping. So there's a method to this madness, I think. Though this isn't full, I have some more peppers in the fridge actually that I'm going to be using for a recipe, but I anticipate that I will not need them all yet. So the ones that I don't end up using, I will add to this as more snacks. But for now, until I make that recipe and kind of see what I end up using, I'm going to have this half empty mason jar of peppers, but to me it's better than no peppers. Also, I just love these mini cucumbers for salads. I think they're just the perfect size to pop on your fork and fit in your mouth. I definitely use the larger size cucumbers as well, but if I can find these and I think of it and I know I'm doing a salad, I usually purposefully will grab these just for that. I like the larger cucumbers for dipping and things like that. So as you can see here, I'm going to be using the smaller ones for dipping, but that's okay. That's just kind of what I had on hand this time. I think cooking is about making accommodations with what you have on hand. So it's all about the flexibility. So now you can see our salad has some orange and yellow peppers and some mini cucumbers, and this is fresh spinach. It was the spinach that comes in the bag already rinsed and ready. So when we're ready to eat it tonight, I will just toss it, and then I use a white balsamic vinaigrette as a dressing. I like that one particularly because it doesn't have a lot of added sugars or like extra carbs in it, and it's only, I believe, 10 grams of fat. So I like that one a lot, and it tastes delicious. So that's our salad that's going to go with tonight's dinner. Tonight's dinner will be baked salmon, salad, and some of the broccoli that I will be cooking up, probably steamed. One of my least favorite things to do is probably peel carrots. To me, it's just tedious, and eventually I feel like my wrist gets sore. I don't know, maybe I'm not using the right technique, but that's just how it makes me feel when I peel carrots. But let me know in the comment box, do you mind peeling carrots, or what is the one thing in the kitchen that maybe you dread doing the most because it's either tedious or time consuming or even can get a little painful? Let me know. I'd like to know what everyone else thinks about this. And also, are you someone who would peel and then start chopping, or would you peel all the carrots first and then chop all at once? I feel like even though it's something so simple, it's something so strategic and has a lot to do with people's like kind of personalities. Like, are you someone who likes to get things done all at once, like finish the task, the first task at hand, and then move on to the next task? Or are you someone that doesn't mind kind of jumping around from thing to thing? And as I'm saying this and you're watching what I'm doing, you can probably see which one I am. I will just say I am in the Enneagram test, if you've ever taken it, I believe my number was a 1. So if you know what that is, this makes sense to you. I am definitely a more type A person. So I like to complete the task at hand, have kind of everything wrapped up, and then move on to the next thing. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm going to finish peeling all the carrots, get the dirty work done first, and then start chopping. Last minute I decided to combine the carrots in the peppers jar just so it doesn't look as sad. This looks like a little bit fuller and better veggie jar, and this way you can just kind of reach in and kind of move it around and get the veggies that you like. So cooking, I said, was all about being flexible and adapting, and that's just one quick thing I made. Also along those lines, I decided to combine the bag, save some plastic, and combine the bag with the cucumbers and the carrots, and then I have a peppers bag. And last but not least, I am now going to cut up this broccoli. Okay, so now I will be prepping our breakfast for tomorrow, and we will be having overnight oats. This has been something that I found kind of recently, and I absolutely love it. So I will be using old-fashioned oats, also called rolled oats. I learned that. And I will be adding cinnamon, flax seeds, which you can buy in either a bigger container or these nice little individualized packets, and topping it with some different fruits. Also adding some milk. So I'm going to start with a half cup of the oats as the first layer, and this tends to make a mess, as you see, but do your best. Then I am going to, so I'm going to start by adding all the dry ingredients. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I've been kind of experimenting with the cinnamon to see how much works. This is obviously to taste. Some people care for more or less cinnamon. Mine's kind of a heaping teaspoon, I would say. And you can substitute this for any spice that you'd like. If you prefer like nutmeg, allspice, I could probably think of a few others that would go really well with this. Then I'm going to top it with 1 packet of flax seeds. I'm going to be buying the bigger package. It's more economical next time around, but as I started off with flax seeds, I wanted to get these individualized packets because they were ready as a serving size, and I wanted to kind of just like have a slow introduction and try them out. These are milled, so they're a little crunchier, I would say, but I don't think that the taste is too overwhelming in the oatmeal, so I don't think that's too bad. So I'm just putting 1 packet in each. And now I'm going to add my liquid. Now that all my dry ingredients are done, I'm kind of just shaking them around here. And I'm adding a 1/3 cup. I did like a splash over a 1/3 cup of milk to each one. I'm doing whole milk because that's what we have in the house because I have 2 toddlers, but use what you have or what you prefer if you can get it. So if you care for non-dairy milk or something else, you can obviously add that. And then last, I'm going to top with fruit. I prefer strawberries on mine, although I do like other things. So we'll just make this one mine and top it with strawberries. And Grant likes blueberries a lot, so his is going to get, I'm just doing like a handful of blueberries, enough to coat the top. That's definitely to taste. And I love putting them in the mason jars, mainly because it looks pretty. But in the morning, I go ahead and seal it up, and then in the morning, I mix it all together and eat it just like this, cold. And it is kind of a thicker consistency, but I find that it's okay. If you'd like it a little bit wetter, you could always add some more liquid. But these are ready to go. I can put them in the fridge, and this makes for a really quick and easy breakfast, especially on the go. And I found that these little mason jars fit perfectly in the cup holder of your car. So it's perfect for an on-the-go morning breakfast.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. For more recipe ideas and quick, healthy, and easy meal ideas, check out my Instagram at Basically Baker and click on the recipes highlight. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos like this. I'll see you next week.